Folks, welcome back. Episode 32. The boys are live. I don't know if you'll be hearing this before or after our fantasy special. Regardless, it's good to be back. It's felt like a while. John's looking at me like he's confused. We didn't tell him we did a fantasy football special, 4 separate episodes. So I think he's kind of pissed that he's not in the loop. Yeah, 4 episodes. That's right. Anyhow, today is brought to you by Beautiful Women. I made the move. I'm down here. I'm in Charlottesville. And my God, I've fallen in love like 5 times so far in 3 days. Haven't talked to anyone. It's just like I'll give you an example. Saturday night, coming back from dinner with the father, and I just out of the corner of my eye, I see an angel. And it's
Cindy
just
Lou
this,
Who, if I
it
may.
is, she's blonde, probably 5'9", 5'10", a little tall, but just the legs on her. My gosh. She had a little dog. She was walking, and I melted. I melted in the passenger seat, and I was like, by the end of my tenure here in Charlottesville, I will find her, and I will tell her I love her. So that's a work in progress.
If I may,
Yes.
I just wanted to say welcome to the South.
Thank you. It feels good.
It is that what you just mentioned is what happens in these parts. So welcome
John,
to the other half where the grass is greener.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So it's been 95 here the last 2 days. So I every hour I spend outside, I need like a 2-hour nap. How long does it take to adjust to the heat?
One summer. You're catching the back half of summer. It'll probably be hot through September. When it turns to October is when it's going to cool off down here. But you're a little bit more north, so you might get cooler quicker than me. Columbia, South Carolina is summer. Honestly, you think about it for about 12 months, I would say. That's what it feels like. You'll get, and now Charlotte's similar, but not as bad as Columbia. Columbia is literally hot until Thanksgiving, like painfully hot, like sweating profusely if you're outside for more than 5 minutes hot.
Dude, you don't want to go to South Carolina in the summer. It's just not a fun place to be because of the heat.
So
But
there's no way to adjust. I'm just like
you're going to adjust.
You just gotta wait it out.
I find my pits sweating less than they used to, throughout the day.
Okay.
So you'll adjust. It's gonna take some time.
Thank you. So today we've got NFL to wrap up on, NFC and AFC North we have to preview, and then we're less than a week away from college goddamn football, and I'm tearing up thinking about it. It's been a long time coming. I can't wait for this Saturday evening to sit my ass either on my couch if I haven't made friends yet, or at a bar, maybe by myself with no friends, and watch football.
Reminder, just a refresher, you're coming down in a couple weekends, right? Or are you coming down this weekend?
It's next weekend.
The 29th? Are you coming to the South Carolina game?
Yeah.
Are you actually?
No.
Didn't you say you were coming one of these weekends?
Dude, you literally, last weekend I said, yeah, I'm coming next weekend. You believed me.
Are you not? I think you said the 23rd a few weeks ago. You legitimately, I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, and I never followed up. You actually thought I was serious?
So you're a liar.
Yes.
You're a liar and you have no friends. Have fun this weekend, dude.
All right. Anyhow, 2 games this weekend. We have Florida, Miami at 7:30. Then we have Arizona and Hawaii at 10:30. I think we know which game is going to be more exciting. However,
I am hot and bothered by Arizona, Hawaii at 10 p.m.
10:30.
10:30 p.m. My only concern, as I was telling these guys about 5 minutes ago, CBS Sports worried that some of the night spots might not have it that I usually go to. But I'm fired up. Honestly, I'll probably just watch the first quarter, and then after that, we'll just wake up and see what happens with that game. I probably won't watch it after the first quarter. But I'm very excited.
You just got to see what the teams have out there, you know? You just got to see a little action.
I am going. What did you say the line was, Connor?
It was Arizona's currently favored by 11 points, minus 11. I'm unclear on the over/under. I don't remember.
Have never ever loved anything more than the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors at plus 11.
Wow.
See, I already hammered Arizona Wildcats minus 11. Khalil Tate's about to do the Hawaii Warriors dirty, the Rainbow Warriors.
Here's the thing about Hawaii. I'm pretty sure they get blown out just about every game. So this feels like a chance when you least expect it. The Rainbow Warriors are going to strike.
They might. They really might.
I feel good about
it. And then, in case anyone was curious, I also already have money on Florida minus 7 against Miami. I think Miami stinks.
Let's do a little SEC. You know, I think we talked about this. I think we should do our picks, a little college game day style picks for the big games of each week. So let's start it off. Let's make our picks for Florida, Miami. Connor, you just said you're pounding Florida.
I got Florida, just SEC greater than ACC.
Do you have a score prediction?
No, you got it.
Yeah, I'll take Florida 31-14. Check that. Miami's gonna be a lower scoring game than that. It's gonna be Florida 24-7. Final answer.
Can tell you put a lot of thought into this one. I feel like that 7's a big number for first game of the year against Florida or against Miami, and the freshman quarterback, who could be nice.
So I want to explain myself. Is every year I always bet on the first game. It's always a big primetime game. Yeah. Usually it's Alabama against another highly ranked opponent. And it's always hovering around that 6-7 mark where you think it's too much. I hammer Bama every year and they end up winning by like 14-20. So I'm trying to keep that trend going with the SEC team.
Florida just isn't Bama, though.
See, here's how I look at it. Because you guys clearly are just not educated on this matchup.
No.
Both teams have elite defensive lines. I would say both probably top 15 defensive lines in the country. Florida obviously has a secondary led by C.J. Henderson, so I give the defensive advantage to Florida in that regard. However, I think both defenses will be a good job of limiting the opposing offenses. It's just that's how it works. Is offenses, going through summer ball into the fall, they take longer to get going than defenses for the most part. So that I like Florida's defense, and then offensively, I literally have no clue who Miami has. Don't know who their quarterback is, that true freshman. So I think they will struggle mightily, and I think Felipe Franks will make enough plays. He won't be perfect, but he'll make enough plays to pull this one out, and I have Florida taking the W 27-14.
Wow. Both of the guys are looking at Florida minus 7 by that prediction, so I'm going to fade them. I'm going to fade the hell out of them. I'm going to take Miami plus 7. Don't have a score prediction. Don't really care. So we'll be watching that one. I'll give you a score prediction. 28-24 Gators.
Okay. So Gator win, cover the spread. Okay.
I feel like Gators are Florida. They might be a disappointment. I feel like they're overrated, personally, but
listen, all I'm going to say is one of these teams is going to be a disappointment this year. It's how it always works with Florida and Miami. Always one of them with high expectations and one of them just stinks.
Does Miami really have high expectations, though?
I mean, they're ranked.
I think they're going to be bun cheeks. They're going to tight sphincter it.
Speaking of college football, though, the AP poll released the rankings today. We should probably go over those briefly.
I mean, what a joke. Notre Dame's not a top 10 team. It's so irritating on so many levels. I vent about it every once in a while via our social media. The talent discrepancy between Notre Dame and any of these other teams in the top 10 it's embarrassing. And you know what? I don't care that Notre Dame beat Michigan last year. It was like the first game of the year. It's just doesn't do it for me. Notre Dame will get blown out at Georgia. They'll get blown out at Michigan this year. They just don't have the athletes some of these other schools have.
I really hope Georgia slaughters them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's coming from a South Carolina fan.
So the rankings look like this. Obviously, we have Clemson, Bama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State, LSU, Michigan, Florida, Notre Dame, and Texas rounding out the top 10. Chad, you already touched on a little bit that you think Notre Dame is kind of out of their league up there. Is there any other teams you guys were surprised to see in that top 10 grouping?
I just don't like Florida at 8, but I've kind of touched on that already.
I think Florida will hover around the 8 to 15 mark all year, and they'll probably wind up making a New Year's 6 game just because they're not going to lose as many games because they're not in the SEC West, but I don't know. I think Texas should probably be higher. They should slot in above Notre Dame, Florida, and probably Michigan. I think LSU is another team that's going to have 2 or 3 losses. There should be at least a Pac-12 team in there. I think that's my biggest gripe. And for me, I think it should be Washington. Others think it should be Oregon or Utah. But there should at least be one Pac-12 team in there.
Yeah, and just to clarify from earlier, Miami is actually not ranked according to the official AP poll entering the season. 11 through 15, we have Oregon, Texas A&M, Washington, Utah, and Penn State. I know you're pretty big on Washington and Oregon this year, Chad. Well, we're kind of big on the Pac-12 this year.
Yeah, we're big Pac-12 guys. We're huge Pac-12 guys.
Utah at 14 is cute. Just something about that number and that team and that spot.
Yeah, they're just gonna.
Are you prepared to predict a New Year's Six bowl for the Utah Utes?
No, definitely not. No, I just like them from like a spread basis each week, kind of like Northwestern. I think those are my 2 teams.
That is an interesting 11 through 15 though. We have 3 Pac-12 teams in there. No one above 11 though. So maybe not a top-heavy conference, but it could be one of the better all-around conferences in college football this year. 16 through 20, we have Auburn, UCF, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Team for me to watch here is Iowa. They just always grind it out to they'll get up to 15. They'll probably beat either Michigan or Ohio State, one of those teams. They always have a big win under Kirk Ferentz, I feel like, and they always finish the year 15 to 20.
Yeah.
I like Auburn to slip down and leave the rankings within about 3 or 4 weeks, sitting there at 16. Just don't think they're very good either.
Malzahn's fired if that happens, 100%.
I think they're much more likely to have a bad year than Florida, though. So that just kind of shows how much I don't think Auburn's. I think they're 6-6 team this year.
You have to fire Malzahn if they slip out of the rankings, right?
Definitely.
John, how about your Cockies? You see them ranked at all this year, or are they just atrocious?
They're going to be a top 3 team by the second half of the season.
Oh, top 3, he said.
Top 3 to 5, yeah, definitely. No, I think realistically they'll be ranked going into the Bama matchup after 2-0.
Boys, I want to do something on the spot right now. Top 3 uniforms in college football. On the spot.
Well, let me just finish the top 25 before we move on real quick.
Yeah, I just got
21 through 25 is Iowa State. At 22, we have the boys from Syracuse, some local boys representing. 23, Washington State. 24, Nebraska. 25, Stanford. Nah, you ask about... Go ahead.
Oh. Well, thank you, sir. That's much appreciated. I was just going to do quick 3 rapid-fire thoughts here. Syracuse at 22 is hype. The boys back home. Yeah. Shitty city, though.
Terrible. Yeah. So much ice. I get nightmares every time we talk about it. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Literally, the last dream I had after we talked about him, it was us 3 coming back from a game, and John, unfortunately, he shattered several bones in his body falling down the steps when we were leaving the game. We got in a fight with the praying people out front, the preachers, and we were stuck in traffic for 2 hours. Couldn't get John to a hospital. He bled out in the car. So I'll probably have another one of those tonight.
That's what you call a Saturday in Syracuse. Nothing crazy. I love Washington State at 23. I think they're going to flirt around that 12 mark for a lot of the season. Until the last few weeks, they usually fall, like lose one or two. So, but they're fun. Mike Leach is a fun coach to watch. Nebraska 24 is pretty wild. I think they won 4 games last year. So, pretty high expectations in Scotty Frost's second year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
quarterback.
people forget in his second year with UCF, they went undefeated. So that was the team that won the national championship. Boom, boom.
Nice. That was good, dude.
All right, so you asked about the top 3 jerseys, and I've been thinking about it. I think off of initial thought, my first thought when you asked me that is my favorite jerseys, the Texas burnt orange and white. That was the first thought that came to my head.
That's
white helmet.
strong pick.
Yeah,
Strong pick.
That's like the first jersey that really came to my head.
The first one that came to my head are the black TCU uniforms when they do like the purple and chrome
With the
helmets.
purple helmets? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a strong pick. Let me tell you. I really like. Well, I don't know why. I'm just feeling good about them, dude. Utah's red jerseys are clean.
Wow, we're on
They're
the
clean.
They're
clean.
clean.
John is all over the Utes this year.
They're getting me hot and bothered just thinking about them. I don't know why.
I'll tell you, I also low-key really like shittier team, but I really like UNC's white jerseys that have like the diamonds down the side. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. A little softer on the football field than on the basketball court, but they're still not bad.
Yeah.
Another one, I'm sticking with the black theme, are the all black Arizona States with the bright yellow pitchfork on the matte black helmets.
That's a fantastic pick. I'm gonna go with a classic. I'm sticking out west again. USC's red jerseys are beautiful.
Okay.
The Reggie Bush days, they glistened.
I almost like their white jerseys better. They're both very clean jerseys. But
Dude, I always
like
wanted
white better.
a red Reggie Bush jersey from back in the day. I think their helmet stands out. They got a nice helmet. That Trojans, it's good, dude.
I will stick with the color rush theme. I think LSU's purple jerseys, nutty.
Yeah.
With the yellow helmets. I also really like their white jerseys too. I feel like everyone has like a Tyrann Mathieu or Patrick Peterson white jersey of LSU.
Yeah.
The final one for me are the gray jersey and pants with the orange helmet for Syracuse. Like that matte gray. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't love it.
You don't?
I don't love the gray.
I'm
Not
2
the
for
gray,
3.
dude.
You don't love it. Okay.
Connor, how do you feel about it?
I mean, they're pretty cool. I don't know if I'd list them as like top 3. I was thinking some other honorable mentions for me.
See, this is what I was referring to.
Yeah, I mean, they're nice. I don't know if they're my top 3. Honorable mentions for me are Northwestern's all black jerseys.
Northwestern's sexy.
No, I didn't do my third yet.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
John,
who was
you named like 13.
You said USC, you said Utah, and you said
who?
You're right.
UCLA. UCLA.
No,
I'm always
right,
UCLA. Dude. UCLA. They still have a program? It's tricky, dude. It's a tricky pick. I feel like everyone knew it was coming, but I mean, all black South Carolina jerseys are disgusting.
I was surprised that wasn't your
nasty
answer. To be
I
honest.
just had to build the suspense up. They're nasty, dude.
See, that's something I'd wear to a fight, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not quite on that all black.
See, on the other hand, like
level.
the burnt orange Texas jersey, I'll wear that on a date. You know, you just I'll show up, I'll have a good time. But that you throw on that South Carolina black, and you're trying to scrap.
So, I really hope Texas is good this year because there's nothing I love more than obnoxiously screaming Texas is back in the bar.
And everyone just looking at you.
Yeah.
And then screaming it back because they love it.
Connor, so you go on a date with a girl, let's say Bumble. So you're going to wear that Texas jersey with some khaki pants and maybe, a fresh lid?
Where am I? Because depending on where I am in the
Sports
country, I'm
bar.
dressing different.
Oh,
No. Locate like geographically.
You are in the southeast.
Oh, the Southeast, easy money. I'm wearing the Texas jersey with some khakis that I pinwheeled, so I got the cuff on them,
Pinwheeled.
and then probably some all white Vans with a watch, maybe a hat depending on what my hair is looking like, the length, etc.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a winning outfit right there. I will take home your daughter with that outfit.
Okay. John, do you have any input, or do you agree with the young man?
I mean, do what you got to do. I respect it. I'm not saying I advocate for it, but I respect it. I'll tell you what. I feel very strongly, similar to you about that. The blue McCaffrey jersey I have, I touched on this last week. It has become my favorite thing to wear now. It might be every weekend. It might be one of the nights, Friday or Saturday, might be thrown on. I don't know.
Everyone
it.
has that article of clothing that they just know they look sexier in. I've got it with the camo Vans. Oof.
While on the topic of jerseys, which jersey, I'm talking sports, like different sports, is your favorite jersey to wear in general? I'm talking, we got basketball, baseball, hockey, football.
Hockey, 100%.
Hockey?
100%.
No, probably.
I think mine's probably baseball to wear.
Mine's baseball or basketball. I'm leaning baseball. I got that Jackie Robinson. Oof.
I got some nice The basketball is nice when it's hot out. You know, you won't sweat through it.
But
yeah.
No,
let
I
the
agree.
boys breathe a little bit. You know.
But at the same time, if it's a little cooler out, you could have that gray hoodie on with a basketball jersey over top.
Yeah.
Not a bad look.
I'll tell you what. While we're on the topic, I strained my right trapezius. Chad, you might be able to help with this.
Shocker.
I feel like,
Shocker.
You know. So I did this Thursday. I took 3 days off. Didn't do any physical activity. Lined up well with the weekend, actually, because that's, probably wasn't going to happen anyway. And I minorly aggravated it today on back by day.
Are you icing?
Felt it. I just touched the knot, though. It's pretty big. It was pretty big last week. Very painful to get out.
So you just got to massage it.
Before we move on from jerseys, I want to know what your personal favorite jersey is of all time that you own.
And Connor just deflects my rant right there and goes back to the jersey talk.
Well, listen, I mean, you're getting sore. You're getting hurt every week now. If we take time out of all of our episodes to address your medical concerns, we're simply just not going to have enough time to get through the important
for help.
I think Chad's right. I think you just massage it. I think you massage it.
Are you offering? Is that an offer? Chad, why don't you get down here and get this knot out of my back?
So, Connor, to answer your question, I've got two. I'm done with John. I've got two. So my first is a white with gold and silver trimming Tyreek Evans Sacramento Kings jersey. This is an oldie. This is a good, 7-8 years old. Then my other is a number 81 Gleyber Torres jersey. That was the number he wore in spring training before he got called up. It's a one-of-a-kind jersey.
Are you saying that's
an outrageous take?
What?
Yeah.
You have this? You have that Gleyber Torres jersey?
Yeah. It's packed right now.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was before he got called up. I just went on some Chinese site and wanted Gleyber Torres jersey, and he was wearing like number 81 in spring training, and then when they called him up, he's 25.
Does it have his name on it? Please, God, say no.
No.
Thank you. That's a good purchase. I'll give you credit.
So it's just an 81 Yankees jersey.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
It's just a Yankees jersey with the number 81.
Dude, if you get a Yankees jersey and there's a name on the back, just burn it.
Send it back.
Just burn 100%.
It. I have two in mind as well. My first is I used to go to fucking war in my backyard in my powder blue LaDainian Tomlinson jersey. I'm taking hits left and right, thinking I'm the actual LT out there.
That picture's still on Facebook, I think, Connor.
That picture is on Facebook. That was a great time. And then the other one, I'll go more recent for this one. The one that's been doing me a lot of favors lately has been my Trey Turner. I have a Trey Turner Washington Nationals jersey, the white one with the American flag W. So I wear that on pretty much any patriotic holiday, and it does wonders for me.
Nice.
I like it.
My top one, since I picked hockey, my blue Jack Eichel 15 jersey.
Ooh.
Are you gonna get one of the 50th anniversary jerseys?
Those
this
are
year?
sweet.
They're sweet.
Those are sweet. It's definitely going to be considered. I believe I have the captain. I believe I have a captain C on the Eichel jersey. I could be wrong. I kind of want to check real quick. I'm going to go through some pictures. I'll find it. But my second choice would be, now this one's tough. I'm going to say the McCaffrey jersey, the blue McCaffrey, but since I've talked about it so much, I won't talk about it much more. I did do a nice Euro step in it the other night after the game. Some people were treated to that on the Snap story. I really love though my similar to yours, Connor, my Bryce Harper Nationals jersey, but it's the alternate with like the American flag. It's like the 4th of July one. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, yeah. So you have the blue one. Mine's a white one with the 4th of July W.
Okay.
So
I
do not have the captain logo or the captain thing on there, but
So
it's
you
nice.
lied. Okay.
I
John-
did lie because I checked.
John, I
You
have
double
one.
checked.
I have one hockey jersey. It's basic. It's the USA Mike Ruzioni.
I mean, I love it. There's
Thank
nothing
you.
wrong
Yeah.
with that at all.
Shout out to my Johnny Gaudreau Calgary Flames jersey.
Wow.
I have
shit's
one of those.
fire.
I have one of those too. Is yours red?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it is. Fire, dude. You probably got it from the same site too.
No, God.
Kids at home, go to China to get your jerseys. Don't pay the exorbitant fees. Not worth it in college when you're just pouring
Exorbitant.
beer and
Word of the
when
night.
you're just pouring beers and other miscellaneous fluids on your jerseys.
Connor.
Yeah.
Get a cheap one.
Do you want me to spell it, John? Exorbitant?
Connor, can you use exorbitant and then one more sentence? Do you have it in you?
Yes. This past weekend, I indulged in an exorbitant amount of spending.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a
Exorbitant.
freaking
What an
poet, man.
effort.
Exorbitant.
What a quick play.
EXORBANTANT.
I don't think
lost.
that's right. Yeah, I think there's an I in there somewhere.
You lost me.
But anyways, we should move along to the
16
NFL.
questions.
I was going to say, let's rip some cues.
Uh-huh.
Connor just got on the board last week for the first time.
Yeah, some Q's and A's. I believe I'm up too, right?
Yeah.
John went last. Wow.
You're up. I'm up 4-1-1, correct?
Correct.
We're playing to 10. Connor, are you prepared? Do you have a person in mind?
I have a person in mind. Yes.
You just thought of it.
I've been thinking about him all day, but yes, he just came into my mind as my person.
All right.
And yeah,
Chad.
I just gave away a clue.
Chad, would
so.
you like the floor?
Yes.
All right. You got it.
Is this person a current athlete?
No.
Is he a hockey player?
No.
Is he alive?
Yes.
That was a waste of a question.
Wait. Didn't he say yes to the current player?
No, he said no.
No, he's not
Oh,
a current player.
I completely
but he's still
forgot.
alive.
Jeez, dude.
I wonder
That's
why.
brutal. It's a tough look. Does he play team sport?
Yes. You guys are. This is question 5.
We're
Okay.
doing terrible so far.
Did he play football?
Yes, he did.
Messier with a big boost.
Was he
What?
an offensive player?
Yes.
Oh God. Does
This is.
how do I word this? Does he have a new job?
This is going
now?
to be sick special. I don't know. I actually do. I can't
Alright.
give you an answer on that.
All right, I'll
Well,
ask. I get a
actually,
new
no.
question. I get a new question.
That basically gives it away. It's not a job. It's not a job in the public eye. All right. So he probably has a new job, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
That was such a waste. That was a terrible question, Chad.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
I
horrendous.
don't know how to answer that. Like, he's probably doing something, but I don't know.
Did he play in the NFC?
No. Let me just double check. Yes, he did. Yes, he did play in the NFC.
Okay. So, Chad, we know that he played in it, but he was not known for playing for an NFC team.
Yes.
And he's on offense.
Did he play?
I'm asking good questions. I'm just saying.
Did he play a skill position?
Yes.
Big question from Messier.
This is question 10 right here.
So he was an offensive skill player that is known for playing in the AFC, Chad, correct?
Yeah.
He may or may not have a job now.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
Unsure of current employment status.
I should get a new question.
No,
that was you lost that. You forfeited that for asking a stupid question.
This is tough, dude. I'm gonna say did he play in the AFC North?
No.
God damn it, John. That's a terrible question.
It wasn't, because if I hit it, it would have been nice.
That doesn't help with anything.
That's what I say after every parlay I take and lose.
Okay.
That's very true. Throw that on a shirt.
John, should I start guessing or should I actually? Obviously, you're gonna say
this question. It's only question 11, boss.
I know, but yeah, but that only limits me to 2 guesses. When
all right, well, if
sometimes
I'm not gonna tell you how to play your game.
Sometimes less is more. Quote of the night right there.
Is he over the age of 45?
You should have just guessed, bro. This isn't gonna help you. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Fuck. I gained no value out of that, really. We knew he was retired. Obviously, he's more than likely over the age of 45, Chad.
No, it could have been like Roddy White, who's probably not 45.
Roddy White played in the NFC, boss. You're not putting the pieces together right now, dude.
You gotta be kidding. Shit. This is tough. This is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Is it LaDainian Tomlinson?
No, that's a good guess, though. That was a good guess.
He's not over the age of 45.
Not over 45.
Is it Jim Kelly?
No. You're an idiot, dude. You already asked if he's a skill position.
You're Chad, this is one of the most poor performances I've ever seen.
Chad's shooting down the operation right now. This is question 14 right here, so
we're not gonna get it. Is it fuck. I mean, I don't even know where to start, I'll be honest.
Wait. Did we say he's alive, correct? Was that asked? Okay.
He's alive.
I don't even know where to start, dude.
Benson for a second, but
jeez, dude, rest in peace. Tease in peace to the Benson family. That's very sad. I mean, I have no idea. Phone a friend? Can I get a lifeline? I'm about ready to wave the white flag just because I got nothing.
Come on, guys.
The inner machinations in my mind are an enigma. All right, I
had his career stats pulled up, everything. I got tidbits for you when you lose.
I know. I'm excited. I'm going to lose. I can't think of anyone over the age of 45 right now for the life of me. It's a real problem. Jeez, dude.
Come on, clock's ticking. There's a shot. I'm putting a shot clock on you pretty soon.
This is embarrassing.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Thurman Thomas.
No.
Sean Alexander.
No, you're both wrong. John, I almost that's the game, but Powers gets a second point. John, almost like
I give one more guess, dude.
No. That was number 16 though.
That was not. I went second. Chad had a guess. I had one more. You fucked up. I should have let him keep talking, Chad. I would have gotten it. Why'd we stop him, dude? What Wow, it makes me think it was a running back. It sounds like it was similar to Thurman Thomas. It really does.
Maybe Barry Sanders.
Chad, you're done. You need to stop talking.
AFC.
Oh yeah.
This could be the buzzer beater of buzzer beaters right here. This is like the classic, the runner stopping short of the line. I deserve to lose this one for getting giddy, but you're not going to get it.
I don't think I'm going to get it. Dun, 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 dun. Someone give me a beat. Give me a beat, Chad. Give me a beat. Maybe think of something.
Dun, 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 dun.
Trying to start rapping.
Yo, my name's C Mess. All I do is get in the mess.
All
in my
right,
pants.
you're done. Stop it. Someone stop him. All right. I'm going to chuck a Hail Mary. I'm going to chuck a Hail Mary, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
O.J. Simpson.
There you go.
No way!
I told you I gave it away because of Thurman Thomas.
He gets it at the butt. That's a what a comeback.
That might be the biggest upset of all time.
That might have been the greatest moment in sports history.
In 1973, at the age of 26, O.J. Simpson only played 14 games, rushed the ball 332 times for 2,003 yards and 12 touchdowns, averaging an astonishing 143.1 yards per game.
That's a single season that is not talked enough about, honestly.
It's pretty easy if you ask me.
I want to say only him, and how many 2,000-yard rushers have there been in history? Let's look that up.
I don't know.
I know AP has
and I just wasn't prepared for, to be honest.
CJ2K. Oh, here we go. There's only 7 players that have done it ever. Eric Dickerson, the all-time leader in a single season at 2105. AP. People forget about Jamal Lewis. He went for a 2,000-yard season. Barry Sanders, Terrell Davis, Chris Johnson, and OJ.
It's pretty crazy that LT didn't do that. Or Walter Payton. There were less games back then. It would have been harder.
Oh, I think it's crazy OJ did that in 14 games.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, Walter Payton could have been better, I guess.
Yeah. Well, moving along, we will now preview the NFC, AFC North. I don't really care for the AFC North outside of Cleveland, but I do enjoy watching the NFC North, and it tends to be one of my most heavily bet divisions every year, so I'm excited to talk about this.
These are, you could argue that...
So in the NFC North.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm looking up the odds to win. Yep.
Yeah, mine's a quick thought. I feel like out of all cross conferences, the North divisions are the ones most heavily on national television. I feel like the AFC North and I'm thinking of the East. We already covered the East.
I was going to say I feel like Minnesota.
Know.
I feel like Minnesota and Green Bay are on Fox almost every Sunday.
No, I had it right the first time, dude. Because it's always the Ravens and the Steelers and always on it. The Browns had like 5 primetime games last year too. And then the Packers, Vikings, Bears. Bears are huge.
Bears are
Lions
big.
suck. Lions are brutal.
So here's what the win totals are set at for each of the NFC North teams. The Bears are the favorites at 9.5 wins. The over is plus 120. Could be some value there. Packers sitting at 9 wins. Vikings sitting at 9 wins. Detroit Lions at 6.5 wins.
Off the cuff, the one I love the most is over 9 for the Packers.
Pound over whatever for Vikings.
Over 9. I was gonna say I think the Packers are gonna win the division this year. I think Rodgers is back in a big way. I love Devontae Adams. I believe in Matt LaFleur as a coach. I think it was good to get McCarthy out of there. I'm expecting some big things out of Green Bay. The other team that I don't know how to feel about the Vikings solely because of Kirk Cousins. he could be
Yeah.
terrible, or maybe he gets to a playoff. I'm not sure.
I think the offense will be a lot better this year, and we know the defense is talented. I think a healthy Dalvin Cook, and it's going to be a run-first offense this year if he can stay healthy. Combining him with those two elite wide receivers on the outside and an average Kyle Rudolph at tight end, I think they'll be in line for a 10-win season, wild card spot. I have the Packers winning the division as well.
So I got the Packers winning the division. I would say, well, first of all, I picked Rodgers to win MVP a few months ago. Just saying, Aaron Rodgers.
That's
I believe
terrible.
He'll do it. Why is that terrible?
Because Deshaun Watson is winning this in a landslide this year.
That is such a heinous take.
Throw the
That's
mortgage
such a
on
heinous,
Deshaun
bothersome
Watson.
take.
Throw the
Landslide?
mortgage.
That doesn't fucking happen.
What do you mean? Last year was a landslide. I'm thinking similar this year. I see Mahomes.
There's no way it'll happen back-to-back years. Mahomes, no. I'm bothered. I'm so bothered. But
Wow.
I'll get away from it.
John's butt hurt.
I would say the player easily with the most pressure on him, Connor, you said it, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Did show me something here?
You think he has more pressure than Mitchell Trubisky?
You gotta shut up and just let me finish my thought, because I was then literally gonna say the second player to watch with the pressure is Trubisky after a good rookie year, 11-3.
Great minds think alike.
What about Matt's? What about Matt
sorry,
Stafford?
it wasn't his rookie year. It was his first year as starting every game.
Does Matt Stafford even have pressure anymore, or did they just expect it to be bad?
They're expected to be bad.
Trubisky,
former number one overall pick, couldn't get it done, dude.
He was a guy who put up numbers, just didn't really win games. But he also has never had stability at coach. I feel like a ton of talent other than Calvin Johnson, which honestly him alone is quite a bit. But
boys, there's one player on the Lions that we need to look out for this year. And AJ, hopefully this sounds all right when you're editing it.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
Carry on motherfucking Johnson. That boy about to eat this year. Carry on is going to keep carrying on. He is going to be the breakout player in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
Pound him in the second round of fantasy football drafts. I'm all over him. Carrying on Johnson. Ride that man.
I do not hate it. The Lions, I feel like they're good for 2 or 3 upset wins and 5 or 6 really big letdown losses every year.
On Thanksgiving, they'll get destroyed.
Yeah. So honestly, looking at this division, this could be the best win percentage of any division in football this year. I really, really like the Packers, Bears, and Vikings to all be above 500.
See, I'm down on the Bears, I guess, this year. I think they'll take a step back. I'm not a huge Trubisky fan, and I don't love the weapons they have on offense. I'm not a huge Tariq Cohen guy. I don't think he can get the usage of some of these elite running backs. And who do they even have at wide receiver these days?
Allen Robinson.
Penn State guy.
No more Kevin White this year. He's finally gone.
Rest in peace, KY.
Snap.
Rest in peace to that man. So are we all picking the Packers to win the division?
Yeah. And I like the Packers to go over 9 wins.
Okay. Anyone see a wild card team from this division? I have the Vikings at the wild card with 10 wins. I have the Packers winning it at 11 wins.
I like the Bears.
I do not have a wild card team from this division.
I have the Bears. I have the Bears in the wild card. They're gonna win by a tiebreaker at 10-6 with the Vikings.
My wild card team is the Saints, and I like the Cowboys to also get in on a wild card.
Who do we have as the MVP? Well, we know John's the MVP of this division. I think we've picked a best player or something of that nature from the division. So,
yep.
John, you're Rodgers.
It has to be Rodgers if you think the Packers are going to win the division. That's just the bottom line.
Sleeper pick, if I could go with someone else, I think Devontae Adams is going to be outstanding and firmly in the running for top 3 receiver in conversation end of year.
Yeah, that's a mistake. My sleeper pick is...
Carry on my wayward son.
That's all I need to say.
Why you picked the Packers to win the division, yet you slander Rodgers and Devontae Adams,
No,
two best players.
I picked Rodgers to win the MVP of the division. Devontae Adams is gonna see a downtick. He relies all
Why?
on touchdowns. He's
No.
strictly dependent on touchdowns, and they're going to be spreading it around a lot more.
His footwork off the line of scrimmage is probably the best in the league.
Did you just
It's
make that up
disgusting.
on the spot? Just
No.
something to
No,
wank
you don't know
He
what you're
does.
talking-
He's good
No
off
idea
the
what you're
line.
talking about.
He's known for being very good off the line. Tyreek Hill pretty nasty off the line as well. Probably the only other guy in that conversation.
You literally type in Devontae Adams on Google and it finishes with off the line. I just did it.
No, it doesn't. If you're lying right now, I'm going to be pissed. Devontae Adams. I see Devontae Adams contract and Devontae Adams fantasy. John's lying.
That sounds like two things you've looked up.
I'm
I
saying
could've
you
bet.
probably looked up off the line too. So I'm saying both of your results are skewed. We're gonna move along to the AFC East. Or not AFC East, AFC North. Sorry. Let me pull up the win total for that conference real quick.
While you
I
do
love the
that-
Browns. We all love the Browns.
While you do that, a jersey purchase, as we're kind of touching on this, David Bakhtiari, Packers jersey, number 69. Good player. Very good player.
Did you
Good
buy
beer
it?
trucker. No. That would just be a nice one. My boy Feege, Matt Marzulli, he might buy one. We'll see. We've had discussions.
You two like the Browns. I still have the Steelers winning the division.
I just don't know, dude. I think the Steelers. I think the Steelers get in off of the wild card, but I do not.
I have the Browns out. I don't see them. I see the two wild card teams being the Chargers and the Colts, but that depends on luck. If luck's out, then I could see the Browns sneaking in, but Browns just not going to pick them. Just not going to do it. They got
the Browns and Steelers are both sitting at 9 wins. To start the season, Ravens are at 8.5, and the Bengals are at 6. Honestly, I would probably hammer the under for the Bengals. They're a terrible organization.
Yeah, they suck. I don't know what
Who
to
will
do.
be worse, Chad? Dolphins or Bengals? Who's gonna have a worse year?
I'm praying it's the Dolphins. I think it's going to be pretty goddamn close, though.
I'm kind of excited about Zach Taylor, though. He's a McVay pupil. So he could do some exciting things with Cincy. You got to imagine they're done with Andy Dalton, though, right?
Yeah, my guess is this is it. Especially if they have a top 5 pick next year. They're going to go out and probably grab Herbert, would be my guess. But they've got literally nothing. It seems like every time they draft a lineman in the first round, he tears his bicep or something, and he's out at least half the year. And AJ Green's out. They have Mixon. They have Gio Bernard. They always have a decent defense, but they're not going to win more than probably 5
No
games.
Vontaze Burfict this year, though.
Dang. What do you guys
He's a
think?
scary dude.
Yeah. Do you think Baltimore might be like the most irrelevant team in the NFL right now? I feel like they're just been so average lately.
I mean, they made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I know, but they're
Lamar
just.
was terrible, but
Do you see
I'll
him
tell
taking
you
a
what.
step forward?
I personally do not think he's going to take a step forward. But what I was going to say is he's the type of player, if he does get hot, then Baltimore will very quickly become one of the most talked about teams in the NFL. But I personally think he's just not a good enough passer in the pocket to
I'm very
do well.
interested to see if he made some improvements this offseason on his throwing ability.
Because people forget in the first 3 quarters against the Chargers when the game was actually meaningful before it got out of reach, he had one of the worst playoff starts in postseason history.
No, he's obviously as deadly as they come on his feet. So if he made some improvements throwing the ball, they could be pretty good.
He is nimble.
They're
Like,
going to hinge on that.
Yeah, he's nimble like John on his feet, but I
Thank you.
hopefully he just becomes a decent passer of the football. If that's the case, fantasy is completely different, but he could be huge in fantasy. Don't know if it's going to lead the team per se to a lot of wins. I don't see them in the playoffs. I see them right around 7-9. Very similar, honestly, to the Bills, who we've talked about in a previous episode. A quarterback that two quarterbacks that I don't think any of us trust at the moment, but elite defenses. So I think the elite defenses will lead them to at least 7 wins, but they need to show some life on offense if they want to make a run at the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't hate Josh Allen, but we'll see. I do have the Browns winning this division, sneaking it out 10-6, Steelers 9-7. I'm obviously picking Baker to be my player of the MVP of the division. That goes without saying. It's my guy.
I have the Steelers at 11-5, Browns right around that 9-7 mark. I have the Steelers winning the division. I have Juju Smith-Schuster as the MVP of the division.
I'm gonna go with. I got to. I'm riding and dying with Baker Mayfield and the Browns this year. Feeling dangerous all day, all Sunday.
Now that is gonna. I've been actively trying to buy a white Baker Mayfield Browns jersey over the last few days, and I can't find. I'm trying to get the stitched one. It's like $150
Go to
retail. I
DHgate.
can't find it. I don't know if I want the China one. I probably should. It's easiest, cheapest. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
I don't
though.
trust
like,
though.
that-
I've gotten
if
some.
you get
I've gotten some horrendous football jerseys from China where the sleeves pretty much go to my wrists. So I really don't think I trust that honestly. It comes
That
to a
is a
point where
classic.
it comes to a point where the aggravation just so much outweighs the cheapness that I can't do it.
Especially when
say,
you have to wait
I'm
2
a cat.
weeks.
My McCaffrey one is from America, from the stadium. So fits me
I was
like a
gonna
glove.
say-
It's nice.
I was gonna say that that Baker jersey could be an investment though, because that's a jersey you could wear for
Yeah.
the next 5 to 10, hopefully.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't hate it. I'm trying to get rid of some jerseys and re-up on some new jerseys, so we'll see how that goes in the near future.
It's a fluid situation for the two of us for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. That being said, I don't know if we have anything else left to touch on, unless anyone wants to talk about Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I'm pretty bored. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for the playoffs to start. I feel like the division races a lot of them are out of reach and nothing's really close. NL wild card's kind of close, but all around it's just like, give me to the playoffs, dude.
It's the same good players playing good and the same bad players
Yeah.
playing bad. I think is the best way to put it.
I do wanted to talk quickly about the UFC fights this weekend. Nate Diaz is a dog, dude. Takes 3 years off, knocks the guy out.
He's an animal.
dog,
He's
dude.
an absolute animal.
He's scary.
Dude showed up to his like open practice smoking something. Yeah, he said it was CBD. I highly doubt he wasn't smoking a real joint with THC in it. My second thought is someone asked him post match about how his daughter has impacted his fighting performance now, to which he responded that he's been a father for many years to all these quote unquote motherfuckers. Little motherfuckers, I think was the exact words he used. So that was an all-time quote following a knockout win. You basically told the rest of the league that you son them all. I really like that. John, I know you also.
I misspoke. I don't think he knocked him out. I think it was just unanimous decision. But
Regardless,
same
won the
thing.
fight.
huge
I also
win.
know you were riding on the guy Daniel Cormier. Unfortunately, it
sucked.
didn't go so well for him.
You know,
Tying it into Baker though, his opponent tweeted after the match that he was feeling dangerous, and then he tagged Baker.
Miocic, he's from Cleveland. That's why the Browns were all behind him. I didn't know any of this until the day after. I knew nothing about this guy. I'd never heard of him. Probably a little embarrassing. He's a pretty good fighter. He's 19-3 in his career. Cormier is a huge name, obviously. He's kind of a fat bitch. I don't really like him at all, and I will never bet on him again. So that was ill-advised, but Diaz was, at least he won. So The thing about Diaz, he's got a 20-11 record. It's not beautiful, but he's always taking the big fights. If he fights Masvidal, that's going to be a massive, massive one.
That
Might be the biggest
Masvidal
UFC
guy
this year.
scares me. He
Might be
really
the
scares
biggest-
me.
yeah. I can't remember if McGregor Khabib early 2019 or was that last year?
Last year.
That was like very end of 2018. I think that was in December, to be honest. Don't want to. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would love to see a Diaz Masvidal end of 2019. At this point, it's 4 months left, 3.5 months left in the year. That's crazy to think about. So it might not happen, but yeah.
Speaking of fighting, real quick, the other day my roommates and I put on the top 10 knockouts from God, what's his name? Why am I just blanking on his name? From Deontay Wilder. Top
I
10
knew you were gonna
knockouts of
say
his career. And oh my goodness, he is like, people don't realize he's knocking out dudes that are like 6'7", like 280. He's knocking out bears, legitimate bears. He could punch, he would cave my chest in on a punch. I'm not even kidding you. The strongest, scariest guy I've ever seen in my life. If I had to
Yeah.
go to war with one guy, it would be him.
he's massive.
That's my last.
He's
thought
a
on the
house.
whole night.
He might actually be an entire neighborhood complex.
He could be a city.
He could be a city, could be a state. Why stop there?
He could be a country.
All right, we could do this all night,
Yeah. All right.
Um,
As always,
He's a monster.
it was a privilege. I think that's all we got. As always, Alyssa, I love you so dear godly badly. And folks, don't forget,
Carry on my wayward son.
good night.